What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Harris back at you one more time with some more math jewels. Today we're going to be talking about summation. It's also known as sigma notation, and this is an interesting concept because all that this sigma symbol represents is just adding up a bunch of things. So, just to kind of explain, you have the sigma symbol, and at the bottom here, you'll have a variable. It could be X, it could be A. This variable can be anything. And this number next to the variable, so we have n equals 1. So this is the first term in the sequence. And then this number at the top of the sigma symbol is going to be the last term in the sequence. Now, not the last term as in the very last term. It's going to be, for example, in this case, we're going to use n, but we're going to use the first through the fifth term in the sequence. So in this case, when we look at this, basically what this equals is we have the summation of n. So n is it goes from 1 to 5. So we have 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Now when we add all those up, we'll get 16. Okay, 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 3 is 12, 13, 14, I'm sorry, I said 16, and actually that would be 15. I got a little bit ahead of myself. So if we add all of these values up, then we'll get 15. So the summation of n went from 1 to 5 is going to be 15. Now in this next example, we're going to do the same thing, but as you can see, we're using the variable k, and we're going to start with 0 and we go up to 4. So in this case, what we have to do is substitute the different values of k into this expression here. So in actuality, what it is 100 minus 0 plus 100 minus 1 plus 100 minus 2 plus 100 minus 3 plus 100 minus 4. So we're going to take those different values, and that would give us 100 plus 99 plus 98 plus 97 plus 96. Okay, so when we add up all those values, we're actually going to get we'll actually get 490, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not using the calculator right now, so my values may be slightly off, but if we have these 5 different terms and we add those up, we'll get 490. So that's another example of summation. Notice we start with 0 and we go up to 4, and all we're going to do is each time we're going to replace the value of the variable with the different values that we're using here. We go from 0 to 4. Now when we do another example, we're going to see this one is slightly different. So in this third example, we have a different expression. So we have the expression 3a squared minus 2. So this one is going to be slightly longer because we're going from 1 to 6. So what we have is 3 times 1 squared minus 2 plus 3 times 2 squared minus 2 plus 3 times 3 squared minus 2 plus 3 times 4 squared minus 2 plus 3 times 5 squared minus 2 plus 3 times 6 squared minus 2. So we go from a equals 1 all the way to a equals 6. Now when we do this, we're going to get several different values. So we have 3 minus 2, which is 1, plus 3 times 4, which is 12, minus 2 is 10, plus 3 times 9, which is 27, minus 2, which is 25, plus 3 times 16, which is 48, minus 2, which is 46, plus 3 times 25, which is 75, minus 2, so that gives us 73. And then we have 3 times 36, which is 108, minus 2, which is 106. So when I add all those up, I'm going to get a value of 261 in this case, 261. Now, it took me a few seconds because I had to punch that into the calculator, but all we're doing each time, no matter what this expression is we're going to take the values of the variable from whatever this initial value is to this top value, and we're going to just plug each of those values into this expression, and we sum all of those up. Now, this last one, we're going from 0 to 5, so it's up to you. You could simplify this and say m squared plus 2m by using the distributive property. So I'm going to use this version. So here I'm going to say 0 squared plus 2 times 0, and then plus 1 squared plus 2 times 1 plus 2 squared plus 2 times 2 plus 3 squared plus 2 times 3 plus 4 squared plus 2 times 4, and then plus 5 squared plus 2 times 5. Okay, now here we're just going to start with 0 for that first value. 1 squared is 1 plus 2 is 3. Here we have 4 plus 4, which is 8. We have 9 plus 6, which is 15. We have 16 plus 8, which is 24. And then we have 25 plus 10, which is 35. And when we add all of those values together, we're going to get 35 plus 24 plus 15 plus 8 plus 3 plus 0. And we will get a sum of 85. So these are just some basic examples of how we use summation or sigma notation. They're actually used more frequently with the arithmetic series, and so we'll see some applications of the summation in the next video coming up.